Okay, let us examine these questions regarding the length of spring and weight. So typically, most students, or maybe perhaps some students, they are intimidated when they see such a graph. So not to worry, I will teach you the technique to overcome your fear. First, take note of this. Number one, what is on the horizontal axis? This is the weight in gram. Second, what is on the vertical axis? This is the length of spring. So try to understand. There are two springs, spring A and spring B. Okay, when you talk about spring, right, you need to know what is the original length. Okay, original length meaning that when there are no weights being attached to the spring, what is the length of the spring? So you can see the dotted line here, right? Spring A, the original length is 8 centimeters. Okay, you can circle that. And the other spring, I use another color. Spring B, right? Original length is 4. So one is 8, one is 4. So spring B is 8. Spring B is 4, sorry, spring B is 4. And spring A is 8 centimeters. Those are the original length. So now they ask you, what is a new length when of the spring, of the two spring, when 60 gram is added to them? So you highlight where is 60 gram. Okay, so 60, you underline here. So 60 is here, right? Yeah, then you use a ruler to dot up. So this is first point here, this is second point here. Then you use a ruler to track on the left-hand side. So spring A will be this unit here, 12. Spring B will be 16. So you need to use this value, right, to answer here. Okay, bring down. So they say, what is a new length? Okay, can you see this is the length of spring? Okay, so length of spring, you need to calculate because sometimes they show you here the total, they show you extension. Instead of length of spring, sometimes this vertical axis, they may show you extension of spring. So in that situation, you need to calculate. But now they ask you, what is the new length? So you just automatically transfer the answer. Okay. So if you transfer the answer correctly, you'll get this. So A, spring A will be 12 centimeters and B will be 16 centimeters. Clear? So this part, I will screen share. And then you can take down the answer for this section. Okay, next question. Which spring is more elastic? Explain your answer using the graph. Okay, to compare the elasticity of spring, you must use a common mass and then see how much they extend. So in this situation, okay, there's a shortcut. Shortcut is the steeper graph, in this case is spring B, will have more elasticity or more elastic. But here they ask you to use the graph to explain. So I use 60 gram. Since we already use 60 gram, then we use 60 gram. You can shorten. So for 60 gram, spring B extend by 16 minus 4. Why 16 minus 4? Because just now we calculated the answer, right? So spring B will have a length of 16 centimeters, but the original length was 4. So the extension is 16 minus 4, you get 12. Then for the same mass, right, you can see spring A extend only by 12 minus how many? 8. Because the original length for spring A was 8 centimeters. So you can see very clearly that actually for the same mass, 60 gram, spring B extended more. How much more? 12 minus 4, 8 centimeters more. So that's why spring B is more elastic. Okay, so next part. State the amount of weight which stretches both spring to the same length. So this one, you must find a point where they crisscross. So you can see they crisscross at here, right? This point. So this point will correspond to this mass. So answer very easy. 30 centimeters. Not 30 centimeters, 30 grams. Okay, 30 grams. So you must put the right unit, 30 grams. Next. State one difference between mass and weight. Okay, this can be found in my book, which I published on page 27. You will notice here my book, right? Page 27. Okay, what book is it? I will share with you later for those who want to buy this book. Okay, mass is the amount of matter in an object, but weight is the amount of gravitational force acting on an object. Okay, mass is the amount of matter, M-A-T-T-R, in an object, but weight is the amount of gravitational force acting on an object. So I will pause here for any students to ask questions. Okay, as I was sharing earlier, this is a book which I published, Mastering P5 PSLE Science Open-Ended Questions in Investigative Reasoning. So for those parents who like your child to master the technique of answering open-ended questions, be it in P5 or P6, you can purchase this book from me online. Okay, so this is my sharing. Thank you.